Hello, everyone. It is Kaylin, and I want to welcome you to the KCK Inspiring Moments with Radio show. I am your host, Kaylin John Louis, and I am so excited to be on the air with you all today. Just a friendly reminder to make sure that you all are continuing to be safe as we are in the winter season. Make sure that you get your flu shot, your other vaccinations, booster shots, whatever you have to do to ensure your safety. And please practice your precautions, whether that is social distancing, wearing a mask, or genuinely just being safe. Please do all that you can to ensure your and others' safety. Also, before I go any further, I encourage you right now to download the Hallelujah 95.3 app so that you can listen to the show on the go on your electronic devices. Also, make sure you tag a team, tag a friend, tag someone you know, and have them listen into today's discussion because I believe it is going to be exciting and I am looking forward to all that comes with it. To get right into the show, every year around Christmas time, I host a 12 Days of Caring drive to give back to those in our community during the holiday season. My focus has always been geared toward children and youth and ensuring I bring smiles to their faces and hearts. I also started the Kaylin's Caring Konnection Youth Care Tooth movement to acknowledge, celebrate, honor, and advocate for youth ages 8 through 18 who are serving as youth caregivers to their parents, siblings, or loved ones. In continuing the mission of my organization with the Youth Care 2 movement this year, I have decided to celebrate the Love Heals support group and honor those involved in the group during this holiday season. The mission of the Love Heals group is to come alongside each young lady in their individual healing journey and provide support to them to help them live whole and healthy lives beyond the trauma they've experienced. The Love Heals group is a support group under the Ruth Mentoring Project for women and girls, and we have both decided to honor the teenage girls. So today I have a few ladies with me here to talk about their experiences with both groups and about the upcoming event. First, my first guest is a 17-year-old junior who attends Godby High School. She is also the team leader of the Love Heals support group for girls who have experienced trauma. She recently wrote her first book entitled Love Heals Grief Journal. She is an entrepreneur and is also a part of Leadership Tallahassee. Through everything she has experienced, she has utilized her faith in God to be her source of strength and continues to encourage others to do the same. Her name is Tayla Humose, and I am excited to have her on my show. Welcome to the show, Tayla.
Hi, Kaylin. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being on with me.
It's a pleasure, I promise.
Next, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our next two guests. My next two guests are a sister duo who are in the 11th and 12th grade. They both attend Leon High School and are involved in the Ruth Mentoring Project for women and girls. And they are here to talk about their experience with the group. Their names are Zaniya and Ariyona Wyche, and I am excited to have them as well. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi.
So glad to have you all on. You all are looking beautiful, and I'm just so glad to have you both, all three of you all, on with me today. So I want to first off get this conversation started. As I said, every year I do a drive, but this year I really wanted to impact other people because we're all teenage girls. We all go through our own lines of troubles, but to know that there are other young girls, there are other girls out there who have dealt with trauma, had to experience losing someone, or just simply going through a tough time in their life. I knew this year I wanted to truly get under and support. And so, Tayla, I'm going to give you the opportunity to kind of share your story with the audience and your experience of why you decided to be a part of the Love Heals group and kind of the inspiration behind it.
Gotcha. So when I was 13, I lost my mom. She had stage 4 bone cancer. She was having back pains for a very, very long time, for about 3 years. She was constantly going to the doctor. She never got an answer. They never was able to tell her what was truly going on with her. And they eventually ran some tests on her and found out that she had bone cancer. She had to go into surgery maybe about a week after she was diagnosed. And right after surgery, she was doing good. They told her that they thought she would never walk again, but she was okay. She was on crutches for a little while. She was all right. And eventually, they told her that she had to start taking chemo and radiation at the same time. And once that happened, her hair started to fall out. She was very sad, very emotional. She felt like she was alone in the situation. I always reassured her that she had me. I had her back. Me and my mom cut our hair off together. We used to go on walks. Like I used to she would be on her crutches and I say, okay, come on, we're gonna walk this distance. You got it, keep going. So I'm basically pushing her. As she was taking the radiation, she kind of started going downhill and she was not really able to walk anymore. And one day she went to sleep and she woke up and she was like a totally different person. It was like she was in another dimension. She wasn't herself. She couldn't talk. She couldn't stay up for long. She just kept falling asleep and it was very, very hard. We didn't understand what was going on. And we eventually just rushed her to the hospital because she didn't even recognize who I was. And like that really hurt my feelings. So we rushed her to the hospital and we found out that like her blood count was low, that she was just not doing good. And if she would have got into the hospital in time, that she probably would have transitioned on us. And she ended up having to be on life support for about 3 months. And I had to go stay with other family members. It was just a lot going on. And I'm not the only child. I have a younger brother. He's about 5 years younger than me. So I was basically taking care of him and taking care of my mom at the same time. And once she finally got back, she was not able to walk anymore. She was just strictly in a wheelchair. I had to do everything for her. Had to bathe her, had to feed her, had to cook for her. I had to like clean up the house. She was paralyzed from the waist down, so she would have to be in a hospital bed. I would have to flip her over, do everything for her, and as well as take care of my younger brother. And it was definitely a journey. It was definitely a journey just with me being 13. Actually, I was about 11 to 12 and she passed away when I was 13, and it's been hard.
Wow. First, I just want to give you, of course, your two claps. When I tell you to hear that and to know that me not experiencing that, but just hearing all that you went through, I want to commend you and your strength and your resilience to even continue to share your story and to make sure that other people and kind of keep the essence of your mom alive. That's very, very important. And sorry that you had to experience that loss, but I'm sure she is looking down on what such an amazing woman you are and becoming. And I just know that she is proud of you. Knowing that you've experienced that and kind of going into talking with the other ladies, I mean, this is your story. You experienced being a youth caregiver head on, having to deal with someone who was battling a disease, something that came unexpectedly. We talk about how the Ruth Project was kind of, it came first. It came about first. It was established, and then Love Heals was established underneath it. And so, since you are dealing or have to deal with the trauma, I want to hear from the other girls. You all got involved with Ruth Project. Have you heard stories, or did y'all hear stories like Tayla's that kind of inspired y'all to get into the Ruth Project? What kind of sparked your inspiration?
Um, Actually, we kind of joined the Ruth Project a bit before meeting Taylor and hearing about those experiences and everything. We joined about 3 years ago. This is like our third year being in the Ruth Project. Like, it's really an impactful experience with us. Like, we get to learn about womanhood, sisterhood. We get to learn how to carry ourselves and really how to persuade ourselves as a lady.
Yeah, just picking back off of that. Yeah, we really learn about sisterhood, how to bond and communicate with others, and just like getting to know people more and reaching out to others as well.
I hope that answers what you asked.
Yes, I mean, you have that sisterhood, that bond. And I mean, it makes sense actually thinking about it now, because if you have this group that is building on sisterhood and trying to build young ladies up, and then you start something like Love Heals, which is a support group for other young ladies who they're developing, but then they have those moments of fallback, whether they experience trauma or loss, what I said earlier, that they are still developing and they need that love, that emotional support to help them get through that time. So to everyone here, I want to say I commend y'all for just getting involved in groups in the community that kind of help pay it forward and make a difference in the community. To swing back to Love Heals group for a second, Tayla, I know that you are the representative over with Love Heals group. What is kind of the reason it got started, and like what have you been able to accomplish with the group?
Well, after I graduated from middle school, I started to encounter a lot of young ladies that have experienced what I've experienced, especially since it was around 2020 and COVID had just hit. A lot of people were losing their moms, a lot of people were just losing family members, period. And it was very hard for them. And some kind of way, God just made it happen where we all kind of met each other, came in contact, and we were just helping each other thrive and like go on with this process together. And it was some young ladies that were in a group that haven't experienced loss, but they've been abused as well. And just all of us putting our stories together, we were just able to help each other and come together.
I love that. I love the unity that has been formed from both groups. I love that you were both able to take different experiences. Y'all both may not understand what is going on, or you may not understand each other's stories, but to still be that support and backbone for everyone is very, very important. I think it's good that we are all examples of young women in the world who are kind of working together to build each other up. Because I know we've probably all seen all over social media, there's all kinds of people talking about each other, especially young girls or girls in general who just want to go back and forth. And that can be so aggravating and catty. But to know that there are people out there who genuinely are like, no, put all differences aside. This is who we are, and this is why we're going to stand together. Now, I talked with both of y'all, hearing what Ruth Project is, hearing what the Love Heals group is, how you both are here and you both have these groups for bonding, for support, to help build young teenagers up and kind of give that love that they need. But now we talk about the holiday season. We're getting ready to put this nice event together, and we'll explain more of what that's going to look like in a few. But we're putting this together. We're trying to partner with the Love Heals group, and we're going to make sure that we give that love and support to the other young ladies who are dealing with this, even with all who are attending. And I want to know from you all personally, what do you think having that extra support and that extra love during the holiday season truly means? I want to start with Zaniya and Ariyona. What do you think that will be to those that we're going to help with this event?
Alrighty. Me personally, I feel like having that support and those people you can trust and lean on is like very, I would say, heartwarming to me, because like, say if you never know, like if you're down or something happens, you never know. There's that someone or that group of people that you can depend on. So I feel like it's just heartwarming.
And yeah, I just agree with that. I feel like you never know what someone's going through, so you might need someone to help them out to like get them through whatever they're going through.
That's good. I mean, you do need people. There are those people in your life that come in there that are there to kind of help make sure everything's going on. I mean, having support every day is something that a lot of people may not get. It's something that is important, and when you get it in your life, you should cherish it. But I mean, especially during the holiday season, where some people may be dealing with not liking the holidays, they may be grieving, they may just have a rough time around the holidays. I want to ask you, Tayla, what does it mean, or what would it mean for other girls to get that extra support during this holiday season?
Me personally, the materialistic things really don't matter during this holiday season. Like for me, I get to see a lot of other people with their families, with their mom, with their sister, their brother. You might see siblings, or you might see the parents dressing up and matching with their kids, taking Christmas photos. And I see that, and it's just like, oh wow, like I'm happy that they get to experience that, but I'm 17 years old and I don't have my mom here. She won't be able to make it to my graduation. I won't see her at any of the next few holiday functions. So it's very hard. So maybe just like a good hug, a good text, like, hey, I love you. I'm here for you. I understand what you're going through. But just that type of support would like really be appreciated.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, for those, and that's a good thing for you to mention, because I mean, even for those listening right now, when a lot of people do these Christmas drives and they hear this stuff, a lot of times we think of toys and like the necessities that everybody may want or their Christmas wish list. But for some people, providing support doesn't just mean that thing that they want. It could be something emotional, like as Tayla mentioned, writing a message and sending it to someone, just saying, hey, I'm here for you, or spending genuine time meeting those people in your life that will be there to support you, who will be your backbone, that will continue to work with you to make sure that you have everything that you need. And I mean, I know for other people that I've heard during the Christmas time, even when I've been able to give back to people over the last few years, the greatest thing and the greatest gift that I get from it is seeing those smiles on other people's face. Because people ask all the time, well, why do you keep doing this? You're not getting any profit for yourself. You could just be home doing stuff for Christmas. It's not about that. There are genuinely people in life who don't have that love or may not be able to feel that love from some people in their life that they need to feel it from. And so providing this extra support, being that backbone, giving that message or that encouragement of saying you got this or you can continue to push through is something that I really want to hone in on. And so with us talking about this upcoming event that we've been able to talk about is going to be a Christmas celebration where we're simply celebrating young girls. And I know usually, like I said, I'll do a drive or I'll collect toys and items, but this year I truly want it to be very personable and have just a night for those involved to really relax, to let their hair down, have fun. It's going to be a nice Christmas pajama celebration, and we're going to be pushing out more detailed information about it on all social media platforms. But the reason I had these ladies come on today because they're both they're both representing their organizations. They're both here to talk about why they decided to be in these groups. And I mean, for hearing this from people who are the same age as me, these are youth. We're all youth going through things. You probably hear this stuff from adults. I'm sure you've seen many adults who do things where they provide support, but these are youth going through real life problems and they need help. They need that support. They need that love. So if you're listening and you want to learn more, you want to get involved and you want to help out with this event, thing you can do is simply donate. Whether that means sending a monetary donation to help everything or being willing to help, just get connected with us. We're going to have information on the website, but I kind of want to hear from y'all. Why do y'all think it's important that people kind of come to this event and really take part in it? I guess we can start with Tayla this time.
This event is going to be really, really powerful. It's going to be a group of young ladies coming together, empowering one another, basically getting a release. Kaylin, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this, helping us out, especially somebody that has been through a lot of trauma, that has been through some things. I really appreciate you for what you're doing and your act of kindness. But yeah, this event is going to be very, very big. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to have food, games. Like Kaylin said, she's going to be giving away things. And I just really feel like this event is going to be very powerful and you can get a lot from it.
I agree. I think it's going to be something that people will take from it, and it'll be something memorable. It may not matter how many people come, but it's the experience of it all. I believe the experience, the love, the joy, the happiness that's going to come from is going to impact. And Tayla, thank you so much for those nice words. I'm happy that I can be that person to kind of help. I mean, I may not have experienced the same situation, but even as a youth caregiver myself, I realize life can be a lot. And sometimes you just need to connect with the right people to make things happen that bring joy. Zaniya and Ariyona, why do you think it's important that people come out to this event?
It'll be a very exciting experience where us girls, we can be ourselves and just like have fun and just have that bonding experience with each other.
I feel like it's gonna be like a physical and emotional like support type thing. Just like she said, it will give us a chance to be ourselves, really express how we feel, and really get that loving and warmness that we want from each other, just like a support group. So yeah.
I love that you mentioned that. It's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be a nice little support night because I mean, we all get to have fun. I like that this year I can actually get into it, really be able to meet new people, have fun because it's usually going out and whatnot. But I think just being able to make it personable, talk with other people, hear everyone's stories. And it is an event where you get to be comfortable. A thing I do want to say is we are only having 50 spaces. So I talk about this being an experience. If this is an experience you want to get into, it is limited. So we're going to have the link to sign up to be a part of it on the KCK website. But these ladies, I'm sure, are excited, are going to take part in this event. Me and Tayla actually are going to be working together to get stuff together for the event. And I'm just kind of happy that we're going to spearhead everything. I am grateful to have connected with both of these groups to know that they're doing great things in the community. They truly want to make better happen. And everybody goes through stuff. We all got to be here to support each other. I talk about it all the time, how I feel like our world is so divided right now. And so many people have these opinions, these views. Not everybody wants to just simply remember that love and care does exist. And so, especially during this season, I mean, COVID, with everything going on in our world, we all just need a little bit of love during this season. I want to ask you both, how can others get involved in groups? We're going to start with the Ruth Project. How can people get involved and join the Ruth Project or get it a part of it if they wanted to join?
We really can get like different people involved by talking to the girls at school, whether or not it's just like your friends or other people that you just want a part of the group that you feel like would be a great fit for it. I would say talk to our girl Michelle because she will hook you up. We also have other leaders like our Pastor Nikki. She will help you get connected and be a part of the Ruth Project mentoring program with us.
Where is this located, if y'all don't mind?
Of course, I don't mind. It's located at our church, which is on North Monroe Street. It's like across from what's the place? Dunkin' Donuts. Sorry, I don't know the exact location, but it's at our church. You should get connected with it by looking at our Instagram page on HD Tallahassee, and I believe the location is there.
Awesome. I know Pastor Nikki Collins. I have met her before, and her warm spirit, her care for others. I know that this group that was birthed out of it. So if you want to join the Ruth Project, go ahead, and if you know Pastor Nikki Collins or you know of her church, go ahead and make sure that you get involved with that. I believe that it is going to, by joining the Ruth Project or just getting involved, it's another way to meet other people, hear new experiences, and kind of develop yourself as a teenage girl. Tayla, how can people get involved with the Love Heals group?
You can always message me on Facebook. It's my name, Tayla Humose. You can message my mentor, Miss L. Michelle, on Facebook as well. You also have different representatives at each and every school. Love Heals is just not something that you can join. It's not just local. We have people in different states, different cities. So you can always be a part. We do a lot of Zoom meetings. We do a lot of virtual things. We do a lot of lives and podcasts. So you can always join through social media and just message us, and I'll be happy to get with you.
Yes, y'all take part in it. These are resources right at your advantage. Even if you are a parent listening, a teacher listening, you may not know exactly what your student or your child may be going through, but if you know of someone who may be dealing with some sort of trauma in their life and they need that bond of sisterhood, they need people to talk to or to get those emotions out so that they don't boil over, go ahead and check out Love Heals Group. And if you just want to place your young daughters, your young, or any women that you know to be in a place where they can get that sisterhood bond. They can truly learn more about themselves, grow as young women and young teenagers. Go ahead and get them out with the Ruth Project mentoring group. Make sure that you get them out. And I mean, by all means, if you are listening right now, contact me. If you want me to get you connected with either of these groups, please don't hesitate to reach out, because we'll gladly connect you so that you can get these resources. And before we get ready to kind of close out the show, I do want to ask this question to everybody and kind of hear your answer to it. And the question is, what advice would you give to other young people who may have experienced loss or who may have just gone through something difficult in their life? What's that one encouraging thing you would tell them, or something that you want them to know when they're dealing with tough situations? I'm going to let Tayla go first.
That is definitely a process. A lot of people tend to try to rush the process because they're the only ones that really understand what they are feeling. No one else can tell you, like, hey, you're feeling like this or that. So just be patient with yourself. I always tell myself, take time, Tayla. Like, give yourself 30 minutes to feel however you want to feel. But after that 30 minutes is up, you have to get up. You got to figure out something you want to do. You got to do something encouraging. You have to go get dressed up, go get pretty, or try to figure something out where you can help other people. I typically like to journal, or like I go get massages, or I maybe walk, or maybe I just pray. Just whatever you like, whatever that you're interested in, just take your time, do that, and understand that it is a process, and other people are going through it as well. It might not be the same way, but it's definitely a process.
Love that. You got to take it day by day. You got to make sure that you are intentional about giving yourself a break. You're intentional about, as Tayla said, having your moment, because it's okay to have that moment, have those difficult times. I'd rather you feel the emotion, get that emotion out, than allow it to stay in. So yes, remember, it is a process and that you got this. Ladies, Miss Zaniya and Ariyona, what do you all have to say?
I say just don't be afraid to reach out to others. You may not know how to express it to yourself, but if you explain to others, maybe they'll help you grow to like get through it.
For me personally, I would say don't give up. Like, even though it gets like really hard and tough, just try to push through. Try not to just limit yourself and be like, I'm just done with everything. It's it. Because I get it. That's how I feel sometimes. But just don't give up, because best is yet to come.
I love that. The best is yet to come. And I guess for me to add my tiny bit on it, know that it's going to be a minute. There's going to be times where you have highs and lows. There are going to be times where you may even have the weirdest thing. You could just be sitting washing dishes, or you could just be doing something that you love the most, and then dang, something hits you and it's like, geesh. Because I promise things come at the wrong time sometimes, but make sure that you keep that light inside of you. Don't allow the darkness, the things that are around you, to kind of get inside your head and allow you to feel, well, this situation won't get better, or I won't get better. No, keep that positive mentality. Change your perspective on the situation. And I promise it may not get easy right away, but in time, in due season, it will get better. And I believe, I am fully involved with my faith, that I know that God will bring you strength. He will give you that healing in those times where you don't understand what's going on and you just have to keep going. Ladies, thank you so much for being on with me tonight. I'm so glad that you could be with me here. To those who are listening, again, these ladies are involved with the Love Heals and Ruth Project. So make sure you check that out. Again, we're going to have more information coming out about the 2022 KCK 12 Days of Caring Drive, along with the Christmas celebration that we are doing. It will be on www.kaylinscaringconnection.com. It'll also be through other people's social media, as both girls or both groups mentioned. Miss El Michelle Salvin is one of the people who got connected with us to kind of make this idea happen, to kind of give us that inspiration. So if you know her name, make sure, I'm sure she'll be pushing it out on her social media platforms as well, and you can get involved. I am so grateful for you all. And just to give a quick announcement before we get off, Giving Tuesday is coming up on November 29th. I need every single person, if you can, please consider Kaylin's Caring Connection as we are gearing up for this event. I really want to make it big. I want to be able to make this as fun for everyone involved. So whether you give $5, $10, whatever you can give during this holiday season, please consider donating to Kaylin's Caring Connection so that it can push these further caring efforts and can help us bless so many other people in our community. I ask that you please connect with me on all my social media platforms to find everything about me. Again, you can go to www.kaylinscaringconnection.com. I am grateful for those who continue to tune in. I appreciate your support, and I hope you know that I enjoy having these motivational conversations. Always know that I care about you, and if no one has told you today, know that I love you. Thank you for listening, and catch me on the next KCK Inspiring Moments with Kaylin radio show. Bye-bye.